Yo, what's going on? This is the NRW Nerds. Rule the world. It's your boy, Kuya P, aka patrick.strange, the Adobro, the Babinka boy, the leader of the Holla Holla homies in the Cine gang of the ShoPowSho. And today we have another hot one for you all the way from here in the US to the UK. You're about to see her in a second, but before I do that, I have the amazing Ate as well. We're still -1. Shout out to Kataphorric over in Japan, handling business. But I do have, fresh from out of the stuffy spa, Miss Viva Valentina. How are you, Tina?
Oh, I am fresh out of the stuffy spa. I just came from work. So, hi.
How have you been since the last time I've seen you? How's everything going?
Oh, always busy. Working on that. My intention for the new year is to stop telling people I'm busy all the time. Because I feel like that's the only thing I'm ever telling people. So, I'm having a very healthy work-life balance.
Oh, I love that. Self-care.
Plenty of free time to pursue my interests, like exploring my culture and recording podcasts with friends. Living the dream.
I love it. And self-care is so important. You know, I keep on, I as much as I say it to you and other people, I got to do it for myself. And so I keep on saying that. So I will in turn do it for myself. So I love that you're doing that because I need to. But so beautiful. We have a cosplayer, which, you know, is after something of, you know, our own hearts. You know, I run Cos Love. You are Miss Viva Valentina. You know, so
I'm of a cosplayer myself.
You ready to get into today's special guest?
Yes, I'm so excited. Let's bring her on.
All right, you're about to see her in just a second. We're going to gallery review. Please welcome all the way from the UK, Empress Azula. How are you? Air horns blasting off. I'm not gonna put it on right now, so you're not guessing. But welcome. Thank you for giving us your time. I think it's like 10 o'clock over in the UK right now at night.
Oh yeah, 10 p.m. already. Yeah, after work. I'm here and I'm excited. So can't wait.
Well, thank you for enduring a long day and then giving us a little bit of the time afterwards. Really appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I'm excited. I love that we're getting international. We were kind of talking about this earlier. I'm really curious about the Filipino-British experience. And then also because we're cosplaying people, you're of that vein too. So I'm curious about how that rocks in the UK. So let me toss it over to Miss Viva Valentina with the first question out the gate.
All right. Empress Azula. So we always want to know, where are you from? But like, where are you really from? And like, where are your parents from?
The amount of times I've gotten this question, like when I'm working, is just crazy, honestly. I have a story about that actually. I'll say that after.
Love it,
yeah. I'm born and raised in London. In the Philippines, I'm from Pangasinan, more specifically Kalashan, Dagupan. That's where my parents are from. I've only visited the Philippines like 3-4 times, and you know, obviously before COVID and all that, it was in random spurts as well. So I think one time I was 3, I don't remember anything. And then it was suddenly I was 10, 13. And then recently when I was 18, so that was a couple of years ago. But yeah, and weird fact is that I always get mosquito bites whenever I go. And I realize it's no one else, but it's always me. And they said like, oh yeah, because you're from England. That's why. I was like, okay. I guess that's a thing.
Tastes different.
But, yeah.
Oh man.
I love it. And I just have to say, Tina, I don't know if you're with me, but I love the British accents and
Love
it coming out of somebody who's also Filipino. I don't know. It's weird. And I hope that doesn't sound racist, but
no,
I'm loving life right now because I love my wife and I, she's all about her British comedies. And hearing it also come out of a Filipino and I'm just loving life right now. I think it's sexy. I think it's beautiful. I just have to give you props. That's all I have to say.
I feel like that's such like an American thing to say too.
I had to.
I have to say though.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. The thing is though, when I realized that in here they say that I have a mixture of both an American accent and also an English accent, but it depends who I'm with, because back when I was in Bournemouth for university, they were like, yeah, you have a mixture of you'd say American words and sometimes with an American accent, and then I realized, oh wait, it's because my parents like grew up with American English, so I had that like mixture of things. I don't know. And then this might happen today, and I don't know. But if I speak to like my friends from America, I'd slowly get into the American accent and not realize it. And they'd be like, are you just making fun of me? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's just a thing. It's just a thing.
That is the thing. It's like it's mirroring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. Patrick knows about this because you're
Oh, totally. I do it all the time. Like when I'm visiting like my California Filipino family, I talk different. I talk a little bit it's like a weird dialect change happens out of nowhere. And then when my wife was with me one time, she was like, just give me like, who the hell is this person? And then when I'm in South Carolina with like Southern Asians, like it's like a mixture of Asian dialect and Southern, like it's a weird draw. And then I head up to New York City, and then it's like a whole nother beast. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just it's a cultural. It's something we're gonna need to talk about on another episode, Tina. Like that weird changes that we do to, and I think it's also that colonized assimilation type mindset, and just where we just want to feel in, right? You're saying, Tina? I'm sorry.
So that's gonna be an episode.
Oh yeah,
definitely. I feel like there's something to unpack there, but not today.
Not today. Today is all about Empress Azula.
Yes. You mentioned that your parents grew up with American English. Mm-hmm. So can you tell us about their story? Like how did you guys end up in the UK?
So my aunt on my mum's side, she came over to England just, I think, because it's hard to make money sometimes, so my aunt moved over here, and then my mum came over too after, and they're just working, and one day my mum's like, I need a holiday to go back to Philippines. I need to be with my family again, because it's just her and her sister. And yeah, so she moved back. Somehow, I think through friends, she met my dad, and and then they moved over here. It's it's a quick one, I guess. But yeah.
That's beautiful. So was he doing there for similar reasons as well, for like better occupation and the like, or was he there for another reason?
I think but also it's because to follow my mom, which is like a sweet.
Hey. Yeah. I love it. Okay, well, before we dig into more of your story, it's continuing on the same parental lines. I always love to say at the beginning as well, before we tell your story, is to give love and light to the ancestors that came before. If not for their sacrifices, if not for the things they did and the foundation that they laid, we wouldn't be here. So is there anything outside of like your parents, maybe aunties, uncles, even greater, your grandparents, any like cool story or anything that they might have possessed? Like, was there a past cosplayer or costume designer that you might have inherited some of those traits that now you inhabit?
Definitely my dad comes to mind. He's not a cosplayer, but I definitely got my quote unquote nerdiness from him, because apparently he used to be like really into something 5, Voltus 5.
Oh,
is that I can't remember, but yeah, something like that. He said he watched it as a kid, and he was like, he was always drawing and like watching the show, and he's like a big fan of that. And I feel that just that came to me, and then I just grew it. Somehow I just like you can't really see, but I have like my pop figures on the side, my anime figures. I have my Harley Quinn jacket jumper thing. And yeah, I think. And then my dad played video games all the time and whatnot. So yeah, so like definitely I found stuff through him. I think I introduced him more to sort of Marvel DC things though, because he really likes action movies, and I just said, Avengers, wow, look at this. And then also I love your posters in the background. I have to say, like your background, is like so cool.
Thank you. It's from publishing comic books for a while. I used to manage a studio with artists that worked at Marvel and DC, and I've been in the game for a bit. Thank you. If I could give you this stuff, I totally would. Like,
I would love.
I'm trying to like liquidate because there's even more like in a storage space like that's on the other side of these monitors that you just don't even know. So if you ever come here, Azula, I got some free swag to give you.
I love that. I love that.
So, all right. Thank you for sharing that. I love that you got the nerdiness from your dad and you continue to share that nerdiness with each other. So let's talk about the young one. Were you born? I don't recall if you were born in the Philippines or in the UK. Can you talk to me about just from 1 to 10, telling me about little Azula?
So I was born in London, raised in London my whole life. I visited the Philippines, I think, when I was 4 years old. I can't remember much. I do remember I met my cousin who's a year younger than me. She didn't know any Tagalog. And then I think the year after, or a couple years after I went, they all had to learn English for me. I was like, you didn't need to, but okay, thank you. Just so we can communicate and whatever. My ate mads, shout out my ate mads, love you. Love you all. She introduced me to Cardcaptor Sakura. And then from there, I remember when I came back to England, every time I'd watch it before primary school, I'd watch it. And it's kind of cheesy because this one time my grandma, my nana, I don't mind saying my grandma, I'm used to saying grandma. my nana, she asked me before primary school, like, why are you always watching those cartoons and stuff? Like, why? Do you really like it? And just the day before, I found out what the word otaku was, and then it's that whole, I'm an otaku, grandma. Yeah, I love this. And then I do. I ended up loving it. And then I've been collecting like anime and all. It was mostly anime in the beginning, and I was quite late to the whole like comic book fandom and everything. So I think one day my dad was like, "Hey, let's watch Age of Ultron," which is like way down the line. Like you can tell how late I am to the party. And yeah, so I watched Age of Ultron with my family and went, "Oh wow, I love Tony Stark. He's amazing. He's like my favorite." If you see my Twitter bio, it says Tony Stark and Frank Castle simp, which is like very true. Well, I should add Harley Quinn because I love Harley Quinn, but that's like DC side. But yeah, no, I ended up going from Marvel DC. I'm more of a DC fan. Like I love either or, but you know. But yeah, and then I technically started cosplaying quite young. And then, but I didn't really take it seriously till like my 3rd year of uni when I rewatched the Suicide Squad, and I love Harley's cosplay when she's in the club, the gold and black dress. I just love it, and I thought, you know, I'm doing this right. It's so nice. I love it.
Like I'm more of a Catwoman girl. Like that's my siren, but like the Harley Quinn movies, they did her so good on the costume. So good. All of them.
I love her. Yeah, and then that's when I took cosplay more seriously, and now here I am playing Valorant occasionally and then cosplaying on the side. And to be honest, I wish I got into DC and Marvel and just DC Marvel everything earlier on. I wish I didn't classify myself as I'm only an otaku, whatever. Yeah. I feel like there was that thing when you're a kid when you're like, I only like this, so I'm gonna like this, and I'm cool because I had that assumption, right? That's sort of gatekeeping in a way. I don't know if that's still a thing now. Well, actually, maybe, I don't know. But I think, you know, there should be more. Hey, I like I mentioned before, I like DC and I like Marvel. I like both. I like everything anime. I like a bunch of horror anime, and then I can watch a cutesy anime the next day or slice of life or something.
Nah, I love it.
Yeah. So I went on a tangent there, but but yeah.
Yeah, no worries. You kind of Quicksilvered Age of Ultron a little bit to get to cosplay, but it's all good. That sometimes that happens, and I just like, I'll let it go because it gives us more insight. So we'll get to more of that journey. But so were you between 1 and 10? Were there dressing up there? Were you like into dress up at that time? Do you think? Like,
I remember when it was World Book Day. I brought my, I don't know why I read this as a kid. This must have been year 5. I don't know what grade that is. I'm so sorry, but year 5, I cosplayed as Mizor from Rosario Plus Vampire for World Book Day, but I had none of the outfits. I just said, for example, she has a purple skirt, I think, and then I had a white skirt, and I said, yeah, this is her skirt. And when they had to draw us for the World Book Day, I just said, oh, by the way, make her hair purple. By the way, make this. By the way, make this. And it looks nothing like Mizor, but I wanted to believe it was Mizor. It's the weirdest thing.
I love that. Yeah. We all start with closet cosplay.
That's awesome. Okay, so there was a little bit back then. All right. So what would your parents tell us though about a young Azula between 1 and 10? What were you into? Were you just like all over the place? Were you into what were some of your hobbies, or just what were some of the things you were into?
My parents will tell you that I tried to play football or soccer. I tried to.
Oh no, we can call it the real deal. Football is where it is.
It's football, you kick it. It's with
exactly.
Your foot.
I'm with you on that. Like, yes, I live in America, but it's stupid. It's like it's football.
Football. They tell you I tried to play football and I run away from the ball, which I did a lot, and that's when I realized I preferred basketball more. There's that. But they knew from like ever since I was younger that I've always loved anime, and if I cosplay, for example, it's like, oh hey, what are you making? An anime. Oh, okay, cool. That's just that recognition. Like, yeah, anime. Yeah, anime. Okay, cool.
I love it. All right,
it's cool. All Pikachu.
Yeah.
So
I do love Raichu.
Okay, cool. I love that. So, you know what? And now we're getting into high school. But before we get to high school, as you said, your parents were from the Philippines, living in the UK. But as we get a little bit older, we start to see that we look a little bit different than other people. I don't know what your neighborhood was like. I know for myself, it was a little bit of a challenge, but I was a mixed kid. And so actually for me as a mixed kid, yeah, they didn't know what label or box to put me in. And so how was that for you when you come into finding out that, we're all human beings, but society labels us, and they put us into boxes. When did you quote unquote first discovered you were Filipino?
So I think I knew from maybe ever since I came out the womb. My parents always gave me Filipino food, make me watch all the shows, and well, not make me, just introduce me to the shows and whatnot. Always playing TFC. Oh my gosh, every time I came home, they were always playing Maalam Mo Kaya. Every single time, it's always that song, and it's like embedded in my brain. Anyway, yeah, no, I was in my area. There's people from like all different cultures. So when I was in like my classroom, it was fine. But the moment you leave the classroom, when you go outside the school, there is someone going to like make some sort of racist remark, something like that. Even though the area I live in is like, again, a bunch of different cultures, but there's always that one person who's going to say something. But regardless of that, if you meet and someone else who's Filipino, you're like, you're Filipino? Wait, I'm Filipino. And you get that sort of like brotherhood, essentially.
Yes.
And it's like, even though I was technically known as like the nerd or whatever, I still have that group of be like, oh hey, it's you. And then we're at parties, you're always like you're always together because that's my friend, you know. But yeah, and I don't know, I remember that we'd bond over like surprising about ShoPow, because I had to explain what ShoPow was, and I made up the most weirdest thing. It was like your shoe, and then the pow, and then the show, and I don't know. It's like a 50-50 of like, is this a good thing of me explaining it like this, and is it not? But yeah, that was the primary school me trying to explain Filipino food to like my non-Filipino friends. But yeah, just like a brotherhood, basically, aside from that.
I love it. So did you embrace it? Was it easy for you to embrace it because you had a loving family and you had mutual friends that you could bond over this thing that, you know, you all could relate to? Or did you kind of push it away because maybe it was just too much? Like how was that in a way for you?
I think it's definitely a mixture of both. I think, unfortunately, the sad thing is I sort of started to go away from it as I grew older, because again, just stereotypes. When you start to realize the hate that happens, you know, you don't want to be around something negative, but obviously you have to learn from that. But yeah, no, we had some sort of, it was always like, I have my friends, I have this, but there's occasional times where it gets hard again. Like, I think I forgot to mention that story when I said I forgot the beginning. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
When people ask you, where are you from?
Oh yeah, exactly, there you go. Thank you. For example, this is skipping all the way to university, but I helped out for one of the clubs where we had to sing caroling songs to a nursing home, and one of the staff members asked me that, and they were like, "No, what were you really from?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from London." And like, no, but really, I'm just asking because, you know. And then I'm just like, why? And then I said like, "Oh, I'm Filipino," and she said, "Oh yeah, we have loads of Filipinos here." The moment I walked in, there were no Filipinos in that nursing home, so I don't know why you needed to ask me that. But besides from that, we sang lovely caroling songs. It was lovely carols that we sang for free. But yeah, it's kind of weird, actually.
It is. It's always such like it always feels like such a loaded question, and then like, oh, like whenever I get that question, which is like why we ask it at the beginning, because it's kind of like we all get this question,
Sure.
but it's like, you know what they mean. Where are you really from? But like, I don't know, like, is there a more polite way to ask that question? Because sometimes I think it too, like, oh, where's this person from? But like, whenever it is asked to me, it always just feels loaded, or like a trap, like they're just waiting to see like how you're going to answer, and then like file you accordingly.
I think like the really part of it too, when the really makes like a big hit in your face, just it feels like you're not really from there. They're asking, you know, but where are you really from? Like, you're not actually from here.
Yeah.
And that's not nice. That's
like,
not nice.
Born and raised in London, but where are you really from? Or where do you really belong?
Exactly. I feel like that's the connotation of the question.
Yeah, it's so absurd. It's literally absurd. It's crazy. And I think also the reason why, because it was really weird when we first started doing this and having be that the first question out the gate to kick it off. But I think it just also illustrates why we are doing this show, to celebrate that we are all one, and no matter where you are and where you're from, we're all fucking, excuse my language, there I go. I can curse, I apologize. Well, yeah, I shouldn't curse, but if it lets fly, and if you let it fly, it's all good. But it's ridiculous, right? It's like we're all human beings, and we're here together right now celebrating our Filipino-ness that makes us all, you know, connected. but it's just it's wild, but it's just sad, really, that's what society does and puts labels on us. But that's why we're on this communal therapy journey together right now to find out about each other and show that you're not alone. We're not alone in things that we go through and getting asked that question. And so I really appreciate you sharing your experiences, Azula, with that question and with what you've encountered. So that was one of the big tough ones. So what are some aspects of us as Filipinos that you love, like food, culture, getting together? Because when Pinoys get together, we have some fun.
Yeah. Honestly, could I pick? If I had to pick one, I probably couldn't pick just one. Off the top of my head, food, because I love food. I just love food. Like, obviously, Siopao, Carabeo, where I'm from, is what I've been told is like the place of puto. And puto, I'm sure you obviously tried. But puto from Carabeo, that's like the big deal. That's the big deal. Okay.
The OG.
When I come to visit, we got to hit that up.
Yes.
When I get to UK, you got to take me to that spot.
Of course. What else? I love. Well, actually, funny story. When the first time we had Jollibee here in the UK, I was in line in a very, very long queue in opening week. I had a suitcase with me, and it was like, 6 a.m. in the morning, I remember. And I remember seeing like a Filipino family next to me on the train. And I'm like, are they gonna go Jollibee? They're probably not gonna go Jollibee. Are they? I don't know. I didn't want to risk it. So the moment the train doors opened, I grabbed my suitcase and ran out the station and then turned around the corner. There's already a big queue. And just literally 2 minutes later, I turned around and the family was there, like, but about, I would say like 15, 20 people behind me. And I thought, yes, I got there first. Like, yes. But by the way, the opening's 9 a.m. or something like that. And it's like 6 p.m. But yeah, and I just remember going, yes, I win. So yeah, foods. I love food. Clearly, I love food.
I love it.
It's
Awesome.
right around the corner from a Jollibee, from like the only Jollibee, one of the only Jollibees on the East Coast of the United States. So I'm like, I feel that. And like, you brought a suitcase? Yeah, like throw all the chicken joy in there. That was just smart.
It was on my way from coming home from Bournemouth, from uni, and visiting, and I thought, I'm just going to have some Jollibee because I'm going to have food at home, but I want Jollibee because I haven't had it in years, okay? It's like the first opening day. Well, not opening, it was opening week, but yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love that. All right, so we're getting into school now. Like let's take us through the school years before we get to university. Now, we're getting formative training that we're going to take into the rest of our lives. What were some of your favorite classes or just things that you're into before you would later, get into what you're in now? What were some of the early aspirations of a young Azula in school?
Oh boy. I'll be honest, every anime I've watched, I wanted to be what they wanted to be. So for example, well, what Lucky Star Konata talked about this when she was like, I'd watch an anime where she wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. That was me. That's what I wanted to do. But like, yeah, I watched this anime where they were a mangaka. I want to be a mangaka. Yeah, I can draw. No, I can't. I can draw, like, I did product design, so I can draw like, like products and sketch types like that. I can draw anime eyes. That's it. I can draw anime eyes on buildings, I guess. I'll probably do that for a character. Maybe it's a show, actually. Anyway, I'm gonna write that down. But yeah, I think my favorite subject was also probably lunchtime. That's like that's a really absurd answer.
Food.
Food. No, exactly, food. The title of this is going to be food. But no, I think in school it was more. I think probably you guys can agree that your parents were like, okay, so university, that's the thing, and you need to study for it, and that was my mindset. Just like, I need to do well. If I didn't get a good grade in this, that means I probably would be less likely to go into university and blah 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 blah. I think that was my mindset. So I think honestly, break was the best thing for me. Maybe ICT, because you'd have those lessons where you can make a website, and then I'd make one about anime again. It was most likely about anime. And then maybe into year 8 to year 10 wise is when I got more into K-pop, and our favorite Sandara Park, we love her. Found out about 21, Wonder Girls, Nobody. I'd make stuff about that in ICT. Maybe technically, is it ICT my favorite? I guess ICT is my favorite. Yeah, there you go.
So what does ICT stand for? I don't know if I'm a little older, so.
No, information communication technology.
Okay, so like webmastering and like learning how to code.
Oh, I wish. No, that's also a good story. No, ICT is like sort of web design, but also clicking animations, how to use a website, how to use Chrome.
Oh.
It's just like basic computer stuff, whatever. But
okay,
the funny thing is that I did well in ICT, and so they suddenly introduced computer science, and I thought, okay, yeah, computer science, programming is one of the main things in the future, right? My teacher didn't know anything about programming. I can tell you that. All she thought that HTML was going to be exactly like C++ or something, and we failed our exam. So that's great. And I will say this because I just get annoyed by it. I was the one who found the GCSE and sort of ICT whatever revision notes that someone else posted online, and then she took full credit of that. So Miss, I'm watching you. I know that I was the one who gave it to the class, and you took credit for it.
Tell it.
I like ICT. I'm just saying. I take full credit because I'm the one who found it. Okay, I didn't make the notes, but I found it. So
that's great.
And you didn't know anything about programming. Okay, you didn't know anything. That's the Azula side coming out. The avatar, like, I'm angry, so I'm gonna make something about it. I don't know.
That's so awesome. Okay, so you were into that, but what direction that you're, as we all know, as Filipino children, our parents kind of lead us into like doctor, lawyer, engineer.
Doctor, nurse, engineer, accountant, lawyer. Which one did they want you to be?
just take a pick, or like spin the wheel or something.
So which way did they push you?
So they always ended the conversation. We want you to be happy, but maybe maybe a doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe a doctor. They'd push me into sort of anything, I guess, anything sciencey, anything STEM related, which I do like STEM, but again, like I've mentioned, I'm more into a product design, marketing type-esque situation. I thought I liked it because I do actually like science. I realized I like science later on when it wasn't forced upon me, or like maths. For example, we have this show in UK called Countdown, where you have 30 seconds. Wait, have you seen Countdown?
Yes.
Have you seen Countdown? Okay, great. I don't have to explain it. Okay, so we have Countdown, right? And there's the math side and the words side. I always prefer the word side because I thought I was more, because there's always that stigma of where you're not creative, go to math. You're creative, go to English, right?
I hated both.
I always wanted the latter. Yeah, no, that's why I realized later on I'm not good at really both of them to an extent, but I realized that I actually prefer maths more than than just like writing essays and whatnot. And I know I realized that watching Countdown when doing the maths equation, because I was like, I got it in the 30 seconds. Oh my gosh. And then I watched a bunch of Countdown episodes after that.
And that's super impressive because so Patrick, Countdown is like a game show, right? Okay, so this is this is what I know about Countdown. It's like a game show, and they have comedians come on and do these challenges and games, and sometimes they're word games, and sometimes they're math problems where it's like they have to or like add up all the numbers to get to a certain number, or break down a number, those sort of things. And I love the math expert that they have, and they're like, were you guys able to do it in the time limit? And I'm sitting there like, what? And then the expert comes on and is just like, oh, you get it like this, and then we'll just like write it out, and you're like, wow. And trust me, I hate math, but I am a firm believer that math is like the true magic, because like it just makes sense. Everything makes sense. Everything is mathematical. So math sucks, but it's awesome at the same time. So
what's weird, before you guys were talking, as I was listening to you both and explaining that, thank you. This is probably going to show my age a little bit, but what I was thinking you were talking about with Countdown was because I've been to the UK when I was in the military and everything like that.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking that Countdown was like the new music, like MTV, like
oh my god,
Countdown show. But then I was like, no, in my head, inside my brain was like, no, that's Top of the Pops. And then I was like, hold up. Top of the Pops is probably really old. That probably isn't around anymore. I don't know. No, is it? Azula?
It was around. No, it was around when I was in primary school, for sure. It was definitely around.
That's showing my age.
Yeah. Oh no. I love Top of the Pops regardless, though. I remember watching it. So
I remember that's when I was in the UK. They had like a mix CD because it would have like all the great hits. So I would buy Top of the Pop CDs.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh,
awesome. Okay,
sorry,
crazy. Go ahead.
Sidetrack talking about Countdown. Oh my gosh. So you did go into school. What did you end up studying at university?
So I did a BA in product design. I somehow passed. I don't know how. That was it was university was a trek. And then after that, because right about halfway through the end of my final year, we had like COVID hit, right? And so I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna try find like online work, or do I want to carry on some sort of study and like think about what I want to do in the future? So I went to a university here online in London, and I studied marketing, because I thought a way to progress was to make my own products, because I feel like I can be very analytical about something and think, oh, I can make this. So I'd stare at an object and be like, okay, maybe if I add this will look cooler or whatever. I don't know. I do that. And I thought marketing would be a good way for me to not just sit around and wait for someone to pick up my project or my products, and like make it myself, hopefully. Yeah.
I love that. That's super dope. That makes a lot of sense too. That's really cool. All right. So we're in school now though. So, and as you kind of like alluded to a little bit a second ago, you're now in college, you are university. You can now find yourself and what you want to do. And as you said, you know, doing marketing can help you with that. And also we're learning about ourselves and who we are in the world. And then I think, as you said earlier, you know, there's sporadic moments with your Filipino-ness, and then maybe getting closer to it when I think maybe even deeper in college, finding, you know, others. And then I know we're going to talk a little bit about Philly Fest, and we're also going to have you back on ShoPowSho again with one of your Philly Fest partners, which I'm excited for, because I want to know all about that amazingness. But in brief, you know, talk about becoming more, because, you know, we're in our early years before we go to university, you know, we're at home and we're underneath our parents. What was it like to become an adult a little bit and come into your own in school and university?
And to become Empress Azula.
Yes.
Yes. I was gonna say, like, so I feel like there was a bit of an American accent there for a second. Oh no, I merged it again. No, yeah, no. So, like I mentioned, in my third year of uni, my first and second year of uni was not the greatest because, you know, I'm not gonna say I was the like I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect person. Clearly, I can't talk either. But there were like issues like with the places I would live, and so I feel like that affected my uni work. That I'd force myself more into uni work. Aside from that, I had a K-pop society, and I feel like making friends there really made me like branch out more and like talk to more people and all of that. Made me more comfortable with myself. For example, I would do like dances. I still remember learning As If It's Your Last by Blackpink. I love that song. And I thought like I was always very self-conscious of myself, and I feel just being by myself and meeting new people, I thought, okay, I need to do something. And in third year, I met the housemates there, made me feel like really comfortable with myself. I still talk to them to this day. I occasionally play Valorant with them and all that. And yeah, again, I watched Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad with them, and I saw the gold dress and went, oh wow, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be a thing. I'm gonna cosplay for sure. MCM's coming up like in a couple of months. I'm gonna cosplay. I'm gonna do this, and they were really nice help in that. In the aspect of my name, like Azula, right? So my IRL name, Bernadette, hello. But Azula, I can't remember how we started watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, but we did somehow, and I just really love Azula. Surprisingly, actually Toph's my favorite character, but I feel inside I'm more Azula. So I just went, yeah, okay, I'm Azula now. And I remember thinking, or I kind of still think, I feel like Queen's used a bit too much nowadays, and I thought, I don't know, Queen Azula doesn't sound right. Empress Azula, that's better. And Fire Lord is too long, although Azula is the true Fire Lord, just saying. But Empress Azula, I thought that's better. And yeah, I cosplayed a couple months later. I had good support group around me. I was living my best life. I would like wake up, well, like on the weekends, like wake up whatever time. We go to Spoons, which is a pub, and have some drinks because it's like a really cheap, not super cheap, but it's like a cheap-ish place to drink and have food. It has everything. There's like the malls and whatever that's just surrounding. We have the beach in Bournemouth as well. This is yeah, we have the beach there. We'd go there. I meet all these bunch of people. Wow, it's like I went through time or something. I don't know. But then again, COVID hit, and I was back to sort of square one, being in my house, and I was part of the student council, and someone was saying, "Hey, we have openings for like a gamer society." I met them, and then I feel like I never really had like a squad like throughout uni or sixth form or whatever, and this one feels like a proper one. We all like the same shows, same YouTube groups, whatever, and I cosplay with one of them as well, Tenta Kitten. Shout out. Yeah, and yeah, I guess that's sort of a summary of everything from university life, and up to now I found like my group. I'm so grateful for my uni friends like in Bournemouth and also in London. Yeah, here we are. Empress Azula. Always still Azula, even though I prefer Toph, but it's Azula, the true Fire Lord.
Hey, love it.
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
And that really is so important, like finding your people, finding like your fellow nerds, the people that are
Yeah.
into things, the people that let you be who you truly are. I love that. I remember I also started cosplaying in college, and I remember going to my very first big con. And Patrick, you were probably there because it was
I
Baltimore.
remember interviewing you. Remember?
Oh.
I was part of another like local cable programming. I think you were. I forgot what character you were, but I remember interviewing you, and like we completely didn't know each other, and it was so weird. And I need to get that footage too.
I would
I want to see that.
Surprised to see that because oh my god, baby me.
Yeah.
But I remember going to this convention, and then you meet people, and you start adding them on social media and Facebook, and then it was like, oh my god, you go to my school, like we live down the street from each other, and you get to start like hanging out with them, and then you just dive right into it. But finding your people and coming into yourself is like that's the whole point of college, right?
Yeah, yes, for sure.
Not the degree, not the degree. No.
Degree, no. The thing is, the funny thing is that when you talk about degree, I remember, like I just mentioned before, you know, our parents made us say like university, that's the thing.
Yep.
First year, I took that so seriously, like the most serious I've ever. Like, okay, I'm in it now. I need to do something about it. And my teacher told me, why are you taking this too seriously? This isn't your final year. Like, wait, what do you mean? It's like, first year, if anything, it's just a pass or fail. It doesn't even add to your actual degree. Well, it does because you pass, but in numbers wise, it doesn't add up. And everyone sort of said, yeah, just have more fun with it. But I couldn't. I was more used to just get down and study. And then I tried to balance that out in second and third year with like the societies and stuff. But yeah, no, when you said about degree, that was just like, well, yeah.
I feel you. I was like the same way. It was like my parents were like, hey, go to college.
Yeah.
Study something, but go. And when I was there, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing it. Studying. I graduated, and then I went into marketing. So like I relate to you on that. And then now I restore stuffed animals for a living. So I'm super excited to hang my degree up on the wall right here in my workshop. But it's really more about the friends you made along the way. Is my point.
Yeah, exactly. I get you. I think again that third year, especially for me, so not the London one, but like third year Bournemouth, I feel like that was also a weird experience of like, wait, people are actually, this is actually a good environment. Wait, what's going on, huh? I don't know. I credit that to cosplay as well, but also my oh my gosh, I forgot. How could I forget? My good friend Madam Bella cosplays. She cosplayed initially, and I sort of followed her through it, and then she was another driving force definitely when I started cosplaying in third year. But also my good environment. There's a bunch of things now that I'm remembering. When you bring it up, you're like, oh wait, yeah, this and this and this.
Yes.
Clearly, I have a good memory. Clearly.
So, how did you guys get to starting Philly Fest?
So I joined quite late. I joined about a couple months ago, but Philly Fest is do I say her full? No, I can't say her full name. Because my old friend from secondary school, surprisingly, and when she went into uni, she made Philly Fest to be like, originally it was just a festival organized by Filipino youths for Filipino youths. It's a free festival that happens at UCL, University. Oh no, wait, what does UCL stand for? It's a university in London, University City London. I think that's probably what it stands for. Anyway,
we'll go with that until the next episode.
Yeah, go with it. That it's there, and there's a bunch of performances. a bunch of a bunch of different Filipino companies that go there, like Mama Son's. I think Jollibee came the other day. And then now it's all branched into, we have Philly Fest Awards. We have we recently had the OPM competition, sponsored by TFC and Kumu. And I managed to edit the video for Maria, who won, her voice is amazing. Oh, I partially edited. Rika edited a lot of it too. Because like the driving force of this, apparently from what I got told, she wanted to make something, she did it, and now a bunch of us has joined, and now it's just grown from a festival to like a full-grown organization, and
Awesome.
and yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it as a logistics officer. That's my role.
I love it. So
And
we'll
that's
get
going
more.
to an episode. It's going to an episode as we're going to dive into.
Stay tuned for that episode.
Stay tuned.
And all of that.
I love that, and having found out about that through you guys, and we're going to talk on that, again more. Like that makes me want to, hopefully once this pandemic goes away, I love the UK, and so I want to make that something I could possibly attend and go and check out and represent, and hopefully maybe bring my ShoPowSho gang over. Tina, want to head to the UK?
Yes.
But I love that. Because just spreading the knowledge, spreading what we're all about, and just we're all Kabayan. I love it. So going back to the cosplay a little bit, Empress Azula, Harley Quinn. Have you checked out the HBO Max Harley Quinn shows?
Oh my god.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think there would be such a good adaptation of Harley. Like I've always loved Margot Robbie, and like what was it? The one from Escape Arkham, Suicide Squad. That one was amazing. This hits out the park.
Oh
honestly, it's amazing. So well done. Season 3 coming out very soon, I think.
Can't wait. It's been a while.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a huge like Catwoman is my girl, and like I love that she's in it, but I wish there was like a Catwoman show, and she'll always be my girl. But the Harley Quinn show, so good.
It is so good.
From what I know, apparently, I can't remember how old this fact is, but I think Harley Quinn's one of the top. Her comics is one of the top 3 in DC. Am I right? Am I wrong? I can't remember, but she's one of the top.
So, because like favorite, like coming out of the animated series, like Harley Quinn is like DC's. She's bigger than Wonder Woman, which is like why, but also like
it's
doing
it's
right.
sad because like I wish I could do Harley's. I wish I could do Harley's voice or Azula's voice, but I can do if I can do the voices of people that I haven't cosplayed, and then the people I've cosplayed, I can't do their voices, and I need to sort of merge that together. Like, I don't know what I'm doing at this point.
I always tell people I'm a cosplayer, not an actress. So
I can't merge the two. I would love to one day. I don't know. One day, I can do Nico from Love Live, but I haven't done her cosplay. I've done Umi from Love Live, and I can't do her. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, cosplay.
Cosplay.
Yes. So I totally got sidetracked. I forgot because I know you are a Harley Quinn fan, and I was like, I love the Harley Quinn show. It's amazing, and I guess we're all waiting for season 3. I'm trying to actually get Kaylee because I do a lot of interviews, as y'all know, and I have a relationship with Warner Brothers. So I'm Kaylee Coco. That is the voice of, I believe, of Harley. Yeah. I'm trying to book her. I got to get with my WB people. So when that releases, I can hopefully get her on to talk about that and everything. So fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. So that's amazing. Harley, Azula, I know, and I think in an email we were going back and forth. You have a couple cosplays you're working on. What does the future behold for Azula as we work out of this pandemic? I know you're planning Philly Fest. Anything else you want to talk about or promote?
So currently, my goal this year is to do at least one cosplay a month, and hopefully start streaming. I really admire Arya Saki and Alodia Goshing Fiao. They're like my top favorite streamers, and also Alodia is also a cosplayer. And I just want to move more into that space. Right now, I have I can show you a sort of sneak peek, I guess, if this works out.
ShoPowSho and Ted.
Cosplay. I'm currently doing Lucky Chloe at the moment. So hopefully I can do that, and yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do this year. Hopefully, trying to go small and then see where it takes me, because I like dressing up, I like fashion. I'm clearly nerdy, so I wanted to merge them all together, and here we are. I want to carry on doing what I like. Yeah.
Yes, love it. Well, that's perfect, because our final question for you is our nerd check. And so it's not like a quiz or pop quiz, but we do like to ask our visitors what they are nerdy about. So besides the obvious ones that we've already touched on, what is something other than anime and comics? Other than anime and comics, what is something that you're super nerdy about? Something that you are either super into or can give a TED Talk on?
I could give a TED Talk on. I don't know. About TED Talk. Yeah. I think ASMR, actually. I started listening to it ever since I was a kid, and I finally managed to save up enough money to make some ASMR videos. I've recorded them. Have I uploaded and edited them? It's a different question. I will do that soon. But ASMR, I love ASMR. When it first came out, everyone didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. Weirdly enough, I found it through actually hypnosis videos, and then that somehow led into ASMR. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know how that
total sense. Sense. Yeah, I mean, that's an easy bridge. I get it.
Yeah, that's a normal thing. It's whatever. Yeah, no, I wanted that sort of positive affirmations thing, and that's how I found ASMR, through that. And ASMR still is technically a new thing, because there's not much research done about it, and then you see a bunch of videos. People it helps people fall asleep to it, helps relaxes people. The weird thing is, not everyone gets tingles either, like the feeling like in the head, but still people find it relaxing. There's stuff about that.
What's your favorite kind of triggers? Like, what's your favorite kind of ASMR?
I really like, again, positive affirmations. That's what got me there. Recently I've been having like a tingle immunity, I'd say. So like fast triggers are making it go away, making the immunity go away. And also light triggers. That's amazing. That's why there's lights here as well.
That's cool. My favorite kind of ASMR is clicking or tapping, or
into scratching.
Yes, but not just like, but like
I get you.
Or ASMR where people are doing things, but it's just the sounds, like someone like sanding wood, or oh my god, cosplay ASMR.
That needs to
cutting fabric. Yeah. Someone cursing under their breath, cosplay ASMR.
I got hot glue on my fingers again, damn it.
Yes.
That was me earlier today. Oh my god.
I feel like there's a whole world I have yet to discover right now.
Oh my
I'm
god.
aware of it, but hearing you guys talk, I'm like,
I'll start sending you TikToks. ASMR.
I love this.
TikTok.
ASMR countdown next or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's awesome. Azula, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey. I know this is like goodbye, but not goodbye for forever, because we are going to see you soon to talk more about Philly Fest. But it was really cool to like dive deep into your story and to talk to a fellow cosplayer. I feel like a lot of your story I totally related with. So it was nice to kind of chit chat about that.
For sure. And also Countdown. I know what.
And Countdown,
Countdown. Yeah, not many people watch Countdown, so Countdown.
Well, and I don't want to mislead you. I don't watch a whole lot, but my old manager at my old job, she loves it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then we started watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are amazing. And like the more you watch it, the more you're just like sucked in, and then you're just like racing against the clock, and you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Exactly.
I love it. So yeah, echoing Tina, Azula, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. We're going to have you back to talk about Philly Fest, but you are now part of our ShoPowSho family. And I like to say, because we're still young folk here, although I am an old guy, and I've been around the block for a bit, but right now is just a snapshot of your journey. You still have a long life to live, homie. So whenever you have something new, please come back, share with us. Let us give you love and light and celebrate you with what you're doing. Because that's what we should do as a people. And so you are part of our family now. Please come back. You're going to be back with Philly Fest, but anything new you have coming on, we want to give you love and light and give you your flowers. So thank you so much, Azula.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Definitely. Boom, there you go. Empress Azula, all the way from the UK, giving us that Filipino British excellence. I just loved her voice. As I said earlier, I don't know. I love the British accent or English accent, whatever. I don't know. It's cool. It was awesome. How did you like that, Tina?
That was awesome, man. I like I had told her, like I really related to a lot of her story, especially when you start getting into college and start getting into like the things that really interest you. And when you start to find your people, like it opens doors and you get to live like your truest self. So
true.
That was like, that really rang true for me. And like, obviously we have a lot in common because we're all nerds and we're both cosplayers. And well, maybe I used to be a cosplayer. I feel like nowadays I have to tell people like I used to be a cosplayer, but I don't know. It's still half and half, I'd say.
You're traveling between two worlds. The overlord of the stuffy spa and Tina with
out. I'm moving on. I'm evolving from cosplay into something else. Like I feel like that's still very much a part of who I am. But as you like get older and as you start doing different ventures and as you get on TikTok, like things change. No, but it's just it's wonderful to connect with someone over that shared interest again. Because again, cosplay will always be near and dear to my heart. But again, like that, the journey and of finding yourself is just very much resonates with me. And we both love ASMR. It's really cool.
Which is a whole new world, like I said, that I'm like finding and trying to understand, but it sounds super cool.
Oh man, it's dope. There's some weird ASMR. Like I don't want to sugarcoat it for you. There's some weird ASMR, and then there's some like really annoying ASMR. But I think it's really dependent on like what you listen to, because like what's annoying to me is probably not annoying. I mean, obviously not annoying to everyone, because there's whisper ASMR, and that shit drives me crazy. But tapping ASMR, oh, it's beautiful. So there's like tons of stuff. Like I'll send you TikToks. It'll be a thing.
Right. Okay. But this was a lot of fun. I felt, it was, again, it reminded me of how you and I met when you were in college and you were cosplaying for the first time. I was doing stuff for, I believe, Fantastic Forum at the time, and I was just interviewing a bunch of cosplayers that were at the show, and that's how you and I met. I think it was I want to say it was a Batman themed character.
Was it?
I want to say it was Huntress.
Black
I want to say
Lantern?
you were Huntress.
Oh, if it was Huntress, then it was AwesomeCon.
Yeah, Huntress AwesomeCon, and I remember meeting you at Baltimore, and you were like a dark Wonder Woman. Or maybe
that's my very first Baltimore. Yeah, that was Black Lantern Wonder Woman.
Yeah, yes. And you were with somebody that shall not be named, and that's how I kind of knew you.
No, that's actually before.
Or was it before her? Okay. I don't want to, out who shall not be named. But
are you sure it wasn't AwesomeCon? Because I wore that costume to AwesomeCon too.
I remember you at one Baltimore with that, because I actually think I have pictures.
It was
video
Baltimore.
Though I don't have, but I remember interviewing you as Huntress at AwesomeCon. Like the very first AwesomeCon. I remember.
That was very first AwesomeCon was Huntress.
Yes.
I remember that. That was my senior year of college. Jesus. Wow. Do you know how long ago that was now? I don't want to talk about
we're old.
yeah.
Anyway, but like that experience and listening to Azula talk is just, I think, I like, again, I'm an older head, and it's just like there's so much life that she still is going to live, and we're capturing this moment of her journey. And I'm so happy she shared her story. Like, I feel like she said she's into ASMR, she's into marketing, she's trying to figure out how to make these worlds coexist, to find herself and build and support what she wants to do. It's just like, and just in me knowing you as well and watching you and you doing your journey, it's just like, it's so beautiful. I just feel I'm cheering you on from the sidelines, watching you all go on your journeys. And I love it. So I can't wait. Again, now she's part of our family. I hope she can come back and tell us what she's doing. And it's just so beautiful. Good spirit. I love her vibe. And and it reminds me of you and how you and I met. And now I'm determined to reach out. I want to say it was with Fantastic Forum when I met you and interviewed you.
That's so
as
funny.
Huntress. Yeah.
Google.
Yeah, I gotta find that, because I don't think, because I wasn't the cameraman. I was just talent, interviewing. So
that is so funny. I would love to go back and look. One time I was Googling Black Lantern Wonder Woman, and I found a picture of my cosplay, and I was like, oh, whoa, that's weird. But it was from Baltimore.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I wonder if that was from Fantastic Forum.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I think you know what? I'll look at myself. I have albums of that. Well, like hard drives of just pictures of just, I've been doing this thing for a minute, as you know. So I'm happy it brought us together. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, where can we find you, Patrick? Where can we find your
good way to get us out of here, because we both got stuff to do. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at the Legend Kuya P. And of course, here at the NRW and at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. And how can they find you, Miss Viva Valentina?
I am Viva Valentina, and you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at viva.valentina. I'm also on Twitter, not so much, and chess.com at Viva Valentina XO. And our other cohort,
Kataphorric!
You can find Kataphorric on everything. Also in the description. She is rocking and locking out in Japan, and we miss her very much. Love you, Kat.
We love you, Kat. We miss you, Kat.
We love you.
She also has this thing called Adora Dead that she's doing with her other podcast. Are you doing Adora Dead stuff with her?
Yeah.
Well, let's show love to Adora Dead. ADORADEAD.
Yes.
She has her another podcast that she does with a good friend of ours, Cerise. It's called what's Keeping It Creepy?
Yes, Keeping It Creepy with Cherry and Kat. It is a female BIPOC view of horror and horror movies, the horror genre, and their thoughts and discussions on it. And they are sponsoring their very first Adora Dead, which is a horror festival focusing on just that, the female BIPOC view of horror and the horror genre. So there's going to be lots of really cool horror stuff. So check it out on the internets and get ready for that. I'm super excited. I'm going to be volunteering. So
oh yeah, and we actually had a convo like a week ago to see how I can merge like ShoPowSho stuff and my NRW Nerds Rule the World stuff. So there's gonna be some collabo. She's part of our family, ShoPowSho family. Yes. And so anything she does, I'm gonna support and show love to. So stay tuned, give her some love. Check Google Adora Dead so you can learn more.
It's gonna be
love
here
our cat
in
and we miss our cats.
Norfolk, Virginia, in the heart of Hampton Roads, Filipino capital of Eastern Virginia. I can't say the East Coast anymore.
Yeah. All right, Tina, I love you. Mahal kita. I love y'all. Mahal kita. Salamat. Until the next time, ShoPowSho. We're out of here. Bye.
Hi, I'm Azula, otherwise known as Empress Azula on the internet. I'm a cosplayer, and check me out on ShoPowSho. Hi, I'm Empress Azula, otherwise known as Azula on the internet. I'm a cosplayer, and my Filipino heritage means to me love and family, because I feel that's what is rooted in me, and whatever I do, that's always going to be part of me, my history, and what I've learned, and how I'm going to move on from that.